what all we've learned in the last week. Last week we actually specifically have started with the off-page SEO. So off-page SEO is all about backlinking. It's all about link building, or you call it as an inbound link. Okay. Now we've understood this within a real life example that whenever somebody endorses you, recommends you, or refers you, people tend to consider that particular person or a company or a brand as a credible brand, as a good brand. Okay, because a lot of people are recommending to it. Same happens in the SEO world. If you get a lot of people giving you a link back, Google consider those links as votes. uh, you call it recommendation, endorsement. The more recommendations, as in the more backlinks you have, better are the chances for your website to rank at the top, right? Now, when we so this was the basics of the backlink. Then we've looked at the anatomy of a hyperlink, uh, how Google or a search engine considers backlinks. One, they find different web pages, and another one, like I said, the links, the number of links determines how well the page should rank. All right. Then post that, we've looked at the important aspect of backlinking, which is the do follow and no follow. So when I say do follow, it is all about that the website is ready to share their link juice, their optimization, or their SEO with you. And when you get a no follow backlink, it means that you will still get a backlink, but then it will be not as powerful as the do follow. However, it's still completely fine to get a no follow backlink. Okay. um, like if you follow this formula, it doesn't mean that you should not get do follow backlink. In fact, we've discussed about the formula. Like I said, 60-40% formula that you should follow. 60 to 70% of your link should be do follow, and 30 to 40% should be a no follow backlinks. All right. So that was more about the backlink part. Then we've started off looking at the different ways to build backlink, different tactics to build backlink. We've looked at article submission, directory submission, at profile creation, resource pages, Web 2.0. We've looked at Pinterest, a lot of different websites we have covered. Okay, and then this is where we've have paused our session, which is all about guest blogging, or you can call it as a manual content outreach, where you go find out different websites, bloggers in your own industry, and approach them to get a backlink. All right. Yeah, I believe now most of you have joined into the class. So let's begin our session where we have left out. We will start with the manual content outreach. Okay. Now this is going to be the very interesting, one of the interesting session of this entire module, where I'll show you practically how to find out these websites and bloggers and get a backlink from there, or how to approach them. Okay. So this is the entire manual link building campaign flow chart. Okay. Let's start from step number one. Number one is to setting up goals. Now this can be the game changer for the entire campaign flow. Why? Because here is, this in the first step itself, you ask this question that how many backlinks you should build. Okay, I think most of the students have this question that how many number of backlinks should I build, all right, for my website or for my blog or for my client's website. So see, there is not an ideal number that you should assign to any website. Okay, it's very generic question. However, I would say, let me answer this way, that you need to, first check your competitors. All right, you want to be at number one, so check who is number one at the moment. So that is your competitor, right? Now check how many backlinks is your competitors are having. If your competitors are having around 1500 backlinks, then to beat them, if you beat them, then you'll be at number one, correct, or number two or number three. So if you want to beat them, build more backlinks than your competitors or than them. Okay. Now, since you got the answer that if you want how many backlinks you should build as equal or more than your competitors. So you got the answer, but then you get another question: how to check the how many backlinks as my competitors are having? Correct. So that should be the next question. Yes, absolutely, Anil. That is the question which I was about to say. So now there are multiple tools available. There are free tools, premium tools, available, which will help you to find out how many backlinks your competitors are having. Okay. So like you have SEMrush. Okay, so you can go and check how many backlinks your competitors are having in SEMrush. So I'll go to I've just logged into my SEMrush account, and I will just search about Allied Digital Media. Okay, so it is asking me to log in, but then let's see if we. I don't remember the login, so I'll show you some of the free tools. Okay, how many of you have heard about Uber Suggest? Uber Suggest, anyone who have heard about? I mean, people who watch a lot of videos and consume a lot of content, they must have heard about Neil Bhai Patel. We call them. I call him as a Neil Bhai Patel. Okay. All right. Coming back to the Uber Suggest. So you just need to enter your website URL and select your region. So instead of your website, I would recommend to add your competitor's website. Okay, and then click on search. Right now, this is the best free tool available at the moment in the industry. All right. Uh, Apart from that, there is also a backlink checker. Okay, I think someone of you have kept your microphone on. Let me just pause it because I can hear my voice. It's just that echoing at the moment. Yeah. Okay. Now it's fine. Cool. So see, you see a lot of different, part and the kind of features and the options and the data which you get here from this tool. You see the organic keywords on which the website is ranking, organic monthly traffic, domain score, and the backlinks. Okay. So see, these are the number of backlinks, which is when you click on it, you actually get to know the links from where Allied Digital Media is getting a backlink. All right. See, we were talking about the numbers, right? So how many backlinks you should build if you want to beat Allied Digital Media? Around 400, or around 1400 backlinks, correct? And this tool also gives you a bifurcation, like, around out of around 1300 backlinks, 377 are no follow. Okay. So that's about it. Like, you can go and sign in and check all the different links. All right. Now, very first, don't you think that, if you got to know that these are the links where my competitors are, getting a backlink from, ideally you should, go there and start building backlinks, on those websites first, because those are kind of low hanging, fruits when it comes to building backlinks. Correct. These are easy way to build a backlink because your competitors are already building backlinks from there. Correct. Okay, coming back to the point where you're talking about how many backlinks you should build, the setting up the goals. So here you set up a goal that you want to build 1500 backlinks to beat your competitor. Now divide that 1500 backlinks into months. Okay, like you cannot build 1500 backlinks in a month. I mean, although it depends the kind of team you have, how aggressive you want to go, in terms of building backlinks. So you cannot, like, compromise on the quality part when it comes to quantity. So you also need to make sure that you are building quality backlinks. All right. So then you will divide that, in 6 months you have to build, let's say, 1500 backlinks. So you divide that by 6, so you get somewhere around 300 backlinks a month. Then you do again a back calculation and divide those into weeks. So when you divide 300 into weeks, you get somewhere around 70, 80 odd backlinks a week. And when you divide that into daily, you get around 10 backlinks a day. So, the target, which was looking huge and, impossible to achieve, now started looking very easy and achievable. Okay, because you only need to focus on building 10 to 20 backlinks a day. Correct. So that's how you set up your goals. Step number two is finding the assets. So now when I say finding the assets, here you need to decide which product or service you want to target, okay, or which product or service you want to promote. Now, basis on this question, you will also get the answer of the third question, which means what type of links do you need, or what type of which pages you want to promote. So let's say here you decide that you want to promote XYZ product. So now the links, where do you need the link, the backlinks to be more built on which particular page? On the product specific page, because you want to promote that XYZ product. Let's say if you want to promote XYZ services, then here the targeted page where you should build more backlinks would be the XYZ service page. Correct? So that's step number three. Now, once you decide step number two and three, you can then come to the step number four, which is content hook, where you where you define that what kind of content you will be creating. Okay, whether it's a news content that you will be writing, whether it will be funny content, ego bait content. How many of you can remember ego bait strategy, which we've learned, in the previous session? Ego bait, and how many have actually started working on it? How many of you have actually found out, the research? How many have actually done the research targets? Come on, I mean, it's strange. You should have at least started working on it, something. I mean, okay, because see, it requires a lot of research, correct? Absolutely, that's great, Rekha and Shikha. Amazing, amazing. So there comes the step number 4 where you actually define what type of content that you need to build and you need to create. And then comes the crucial step of this entire flow, which is the step number 5, finding the link targets. Now, when I say finding the link targets, here we will be finding the websites and the influencers. Okay. And then you get the contact details, excuse me, and you get the contact details of those website owners and the bloggers and influencers, and you get in touch with them. Later on you prioritize that, let's say you have got 100 bloggers, so you cannot just go ahead and approach those 100 bloggers. You need to filter those out, and you only should go with the good bloggers, good quality bloggers, or good quality websites and influencers, correct? So how to do that, that will also we will be looking at. Outreach, reaching out to them, how to reach out to them, the best practices, and then follow up. Okay, so these 4 steps are more, towards the research part. So we'll start from the 5th step, where I'll show you how to go ahead and find out these website bloggers and influencers. Okay, so pay attention everyone, because now we will be learning the magical formula. Okay, I call this as a magical formula. Okay, so you can find out these bloggers and websites from the best website available on internet till date is google.com. Okay, and that's where you find a lot of your different products and services. Okay, currently my setup country is Canada, because we I was just doing research about the Canadian clients. So avoid that part, but then the formula remains the same. Okay, whichever country you use on your search engine. All right. So pay attention. The magical formula is keyword plus in title colon you have right for us. Now let us first understand what this formula is all about. So first of all, you have a keyword. So you need to replace keyword with your target keyword, or for your client's target keyword, their industry, their products, their services. Okay. So I will replace this keyword. Let's say we are trying to find out backlinks and bloggers and influencers for allied digital media. So allied digital media, for which what should be the keyword I should use here for allied digital media? So I would use digital marketing, yeah, or I can use SEO also. Okay, but just for an example, I will here use a digital marketing. Okay, then you have plus in title, it says right for us. Now what does this line means? So if you look at the overall formula, okay, now what will happen the moment I press enter? The moment I press enter, Google will show me all the websites which and blogs which belongs to digital marketing only. Plus, Google will only show me the web pages of those websites where the title says right for us. Okay, I'm repeating this again. When I press enter, first I will get all the websites and blogs from the digital marketing as an industry. Second, I will only get web pages of those sites where the title says right for us. Now, why right for us? Remember, I said that there are websites who are just waiting for all of you to go and approach them. Yes, there are bloggers and websites and influencers who are inviting everyone on the internet to come and contribute on their blog and write content on their blog. So what they do, they create right for us page. Okay, so we need to find out how many bloggers and websites are inviting us for writing a content on their website. Now let's press enter and see how many websites we've got. Okay, Okay, I think I have misspelled it. No problem. So here you go, 28,300 uh, websites and bloggers who are ready to give a backlink to us. Huge. Okay. So let's go and just open a few and check what they are offering and what they have to say. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. I'm gonna open few of them randomly. Let's just go and check what these guys are talking about. Okay, Search Engine Times. I like that name. Okay, now, so whenever you go, and these website, whenever you visit these Write For Us pages, see 95% of, yes, Paul, me, these are also location specific because I've set my, the IP of my search engine as the location. Okay, so yeah, mostly it will be from a Canada point of view. Okay. So, okay, come back and discuss more about the Write For Us page. I was talking about that 95% of the guidelines, okay, the submission guidelines. See, because you are going to publish your content on somebody else's website. So there, they will be having certain terms and conditions or guidelines which you should follow, okay, or the process which you should follow. Now, 90% of these guidelines and process remains the same, okay, and this 95% is all about all of them want a unique content, engaging content, high quality content. Nobody likes to have a copy pasted content on their website, correct? If you consider yourself at their place, if you want to invite other bloggers, which a lot of people, you can also do it. So you will not be, happy to accept the the rehash or used content, correct? So let's go and check some of their submission guidelines. Okay, so here they are saying we are accepting unpublished original high quality content that is useful for our readers. Okay, now our blog caters to the business owners, decision makers, and professionals in the SaaS, contact center technology, or learning management system industry. Okay, so if you would like to submit a guest post on the so and so website, follow the instructions below. Okay, here you go. So a lot of bloggers, they share the category also on which topic they want to write, or you can start writing on it. So they are sharing that you can write on following topics like SaaS marketing, learning management system, and so on. Here you go. To make your job easy, they are also sharing the reference links. So these are the example of acceptable articles. So you just go there and just check what guidelines or the format these guys have followed, and you just need to follow the same. Okay, then there is also a bunch of other guidelines like articles must be at least 700 to 800 words, which is uh, which is fine. I mean, that's the generic trend going on right now. 800 to 1000 words is the common trend which is going on in the industry right now. Here you go. There you go. I don't know how many of you have read this line, and may include up to two non-promotional links. Okay, so you need to smartly, add up your website or your blog's link. Okay, it should not look like that you are directly promoting it. Post must be well written, images are not required, but preferred. Okay, so don't put it unnecessarily. Include a short author bio. Okay, so it will be an author post, guys. So there will be entire content, and then below that content, it will have your image and 2 4 line of description about what you do, about your expertise, and again you got one link, okay, from an author bio. So let's say if you are saying that I am an XYZ author or a chief editor on XYZ blog, so that XYZ blog will have a link to your website, to your blog, correct? So since it's an author image, it will also help you in terms of branding, a personal branding, because readers, they also get to know that this particular content is from Hiren Joshi. All right, so rest that all the like they all of them, they want, you cannot republish their content, or it has to be unique, high quality content, everything remains the same. Then the next part, post the guidelines, that the thing that you should look for is their email ID. Okay, or most of them will also have a form, a contact form. So fill that form and get in touch with them. Okay, now how to get in touch with them, because see, these guys, they receive thousands of emails every day. Okay, so there is a way to get in touch with them. There is a strategy or approach, to get your article or get yourself approved from these guest bloggers. Okay. uh, Shailendra says, how can we identify whether they are genuine? So you are probably talking about how to prioritize the bloggers. I'm gonna discuss that once we complete this flow. Okay. So it is there in the next slides. Okay, coming back to this particular step, finding out and getting in touch with them. So this is how you can find out the bloggers. Okay, I've just randomly, we've just checked one. You can check others also. See, why write for us? In content, do follow backlink to your site. Come on, this is what we all need. I've just done this, because I'm like, I get excited when I see a do follow backlink, right? Because it's very, very difficult, nowadays to get a do follow backlink, and that too from a content, in between the article, right? And see, there are bloggers who are so, a kind of honest and transparent that they'll share upfront that yes, this is what you can accept, kind of expect from them, right? This article will be featured on the home page. Wow. So that's again, if they are getting good traffic, you're gonna get, some kind of traction from there. Okay. So have a look at our blog section for the guidelines. These are the guidelines, correct? So same guidelines, like I said, the number of word or length may change here and there, 500, 200 words here and there. Maximum one in content, do follow link. Okay. If the article is exceptional, we will give you two. Wow. Okay. What happens if your article is selected for publication? So, okay, this is what you can expect. They will email back to us once the article is published. You may republish your article on your site provided you link back to us. Okay, so that's again fine. And then this is what I was talking about. You need to get in touch with someone from their team. So you need to have their email ID. Okay. So now, once you've got their email ID, what should you do? You should go and approach these bloggers. Now, how to approach them? There is a set of process. I'll show you that process. Okay. So this is something which I've got. I was sharing it with my one of my student. So first thing first, your subject line. Okay, your subject line has to be bang on, which will force them to at least click on your email. Like I said, they are actually getting like thousands of emails every day. So if your topic or a subject line, is not enticing or exciting, they're not gonna click even. So they'll just select and delete it. So here I'm trying to bang on, upfront that okay, this is a guest blog post proposal. All right. Then if you get to know their name, okay, if you get to know their name, uh, put their name here or say there's just say hi there. Landed on your blog while searching for social media, and believe me, it was a great read throughout your site. So the very first thing what you have to do it in your email while getting in touch with them is to appreciate their work, to make them feel happy. Okay, in fact, I would suggest and recommend copy paste their recent couple of blog posts, put it into the here in the mailbox. So it will kind of they will start feeling that boy, this guy or girl, they have got time, they've actually went ahead and checked a lot of my articles and they're appreciating me. So you're making them feel good in the first step of the email body. Okay, the next step is where you start pitching in. Okay, so in the next step I'm saying I also have a unique and genuine article created on various social media topics where I'm sharing 6 years of experience on social media and marketing, and I want to publish this content on your site as a guest posting. All right, I feel this would be a perfect blend for your readers and they would like it. Let me know what you think. I'm excited to hear back from you. Okay, so this is what you should this is how basically you should get in touch with them. I mean, this is just an example. I'm just sharing this into the chat box. You can tweak this based on your requirement, based on your need. Okay, so yeah, that's how you find the different websites and that's how you get in touch with them. Now, what if your client is from different industry? I've just given an example considering from a digital marketing's point of view. Let's say your client is from health. Okay, so I will change this to health. 71,000, can you imagine? Wow. uh, if it is from fitness, Okay, 22,000 again. Fashion, all right, 10,000. So just try changing, the keyword, and you'll start getting, the different websites and the bloggers. All right. So this is how you get in touch with the different websites and the bloggers. Now let's go back and understand the next steps of the flow. So we've understood how to find these websites. Okay. Number two, how to find these the contact details. So these are the two steps that we've learned right now practically. Now we will go to the next step, which is the prioritizing these link targets, as in understanding that these websites are good for me or whether these websites are quality websites or not. Okay, so this is what we've done. Okay, let me take a few questions. I see my chat box was popping up. So Paulmi says these backlinks are beneficial for promoting our own blogs too, right? Yeah, absolutely, Paulmi. I mean, I've just given an example from a digital marketing point of view. You need to change that keyword, based on the industry that you are writing in. Should we find out their reach before connecting them? Yes, Parul. So that is what you will be learning now. What are the things that you should understand while contacting them? Okay, so you cannot just let's say like there are 100 bloggers who have said yes, we will accept your article, but you cannot just go ahead and publish your article on all the websites. You also need to check that those are the quality websites. Okay, all right. So see, I'm into this industry for almost a decade now, and I have seen industry changing dramatically, every now and then, especially after 2012. Why? Because in 2012, there was a major update by Google, called as Google Panda and Penguin. We will learn about them maybe in the next session in detail. So earlier, if I have to tell you, before 2012 or before 5 6 years back, it was more about quantity, and now it is more about quality. So SEO is more about quality nowadays. Okay, so that's why I said, build three backlinks, but those have to be a high quality backlink. Now when I say quality, I should be specific enough, right, to to answer you guys that what is that particular parameter which justifies that, okay, this is a high quality website, this is a good quality website, this is a low quality website. Okay, so there are a couple of parameters. The most important one is the DA. Okay. Now what is this DA? DA stands for domain authority. Okay. And then another one you have is the PA, which is the page authority. Now see, Google and Moz, they give every website DA and PA. So DA is domain authority, which is given to your entire website. Okay, that's why. So what is your website? Website is basically a collection of different web pages, correct? So domain authority is given to your entire website, your overall website. And then you have page authority, which is given to the individual pages. Okay, so in a way, if you look at the domain authority is nothing but the average of the all the pages page authority. Okay, now what is this domain authority and page authority? So both is basically a rating to your website. Okay, and these rates, they Google and Moz, they give this rating out of 100. Okay, now on based on which parameter they basically judge, the domain authority and the page authority. So there are a lot of parameters, and if I have to tell you these parameters, these are parameters nothing but your on page and off page parameter. So they're gonna check your website's on page and off page parameter, and basis on that, they'll give you a certain score, a certain rate, which is out of 100. Okay. Now again, we still have that question: which website will be qualified as a good quality website? So any website which has got, domain authority which is more than 30 will be considered as a good quality website. Okay, so while getting a backlink from these bloggers and influencers and the website owner, try to get a backlink from a website which has got domain authority of more than 30. All right, so I hope this this answers all your questions when it comes to quality and all of it. But then the next question arises: how to check the domain authority and page authority? Yes, Shailendra. So See, I see like there are few people who are with me and who are actually, understanding things in flow. And that's when you get these types of question, when you are into it, when you're focusing into, completely into the session. Great. So yeah, the next thing is checking the domain authority and page authority. All right. So there are a lot of, again, premium tools are available like Moz and all, but then I would recommend, since I understand you guys will not be investing so, that kind of an amount into the premium tools. There are certain free tools called as small SEO tools, uh, domain authority checker. So search that, click on the first link. Okay. I think I've closed that link from where we were expecting a backlink. All right. Okay. Let me just do that if we can. Okay, yeah. Which was that link who were telling us that they will give us a do follow backlink? Let's check. Yeah, I think it was tag Jackie. Let's see if the domain authority, what is the domain authority of this particular website. So copy that website's domain, come down here into the small SEO tools and click on check authority. I don't know what should be the domain authority. Let's guess. Okay. So the domain authority is somewhere around 21. Okay. So yeah, you can give these types of website into different ratings. Okay. So that's why I said, see, you cannot just go and start building backlinks on those 100 blogs and 100 websites. Okay. So how to prioritize them? See, this is the Excel sheet which I have created for my personal understanding. You can also refer the same or make some changes based on your requirement. So this is domain authority, this is page authority, okay, and this is the total score. Okay, can someone answer this question? On what basis they rate domain authority and page authority? I think I've already answered this question few minutes back. Can anyone answer that question? On which, based on which parameter they give domain authority and page authority? So Paul, me, higher is the better. I mean, that's what the domain authority, average domain authority and page authority should be. Okay. So Varun, it is more on the quality backlinks and the on-page parameters you have of your website. Okay. So consider that they look at all the different parameters. However, they give little more priority to the links. But yeah, on-page and off-page parameter is are the parameters based on which they give you the domain and page authority. Shailendra says if you have to put backlinks on some other websites, then we need to check the DA and PA and max 3 website. I didn't got your I didn't got the other part of this question, like max 3 website. Why 3 website only? See, you should try and get more and more backlinks, right? So not only 3 website, like so we've discussed that while setting up the goals that you should have around 1500, like depending on your competitors, how many backlinks your competitors are having. Okay, so coming back to this Excel sheet, otherwise you see that's why I've kept the uh, what do you call the question answer session at the end of the entire session, because what will happen is, see, we break the flow in between and then you don't understand that particular part. So we were into prioritizing the link targets. So here you have the all the websites whom you will be contacting through that particular magical formula which we've discussed just now. You mentioned the domain authority and page authority, which you get to know from small SEO tools. So total score is nothing but the average of DA and PA. Okay, so if you get the average of the domain authority and page authority, it will be 85. Okay, and this here the average will come down to 80. Okay, so basis on the total score, you can give them priority. Okay, now this priority is completely based on you. Now, see, you are a beginner blogger, so nobody of domain authority of 90 or 100 or 80 will gonna give you a backlink. So you can at least start from websites with 30 as a domain authority or 35 as a domain authority. Okay, so that's a good start. So based on your requirement, you have to define the priority. So here, if you can see, I'm giving all the websites which are above 30, I'm giving them C. I'm putting them under C as a grade for them. All right. Any website which is above 70 or 60, I'm giving them as a B grade website. And any website which is above 80, I'm giving them as an A grade website. So see, you understand, okay, these are the A grade websites, these are B grade websites, these are C grade websites. So based on your requirement, you then go and start building backlinks from them. But wait, it's not that easy. Okay, you need to make sure when outreaching to them, you are following a certain steps and strategy. Like when I said, use your content hooks, appreciate their work, in the first point of your email. Then creatively pitch in that this is what I have done. You can also showcase some of your few in some of your past work. uh, if not, then share the content topic, share your content that this is what you are thinking, that this is what you're going to do with your article, and talk more about the quality points. Okay, and show them that you are a genuine and not a spammer. Okay, use their name if possible, you get to know from their email ID. Proper subject line, email signature, mention something about their work, and for God's sake, use genuine email address. Don't use Rahul Rocks, Pari 123, those types of email. Correct? Because see, these guys are not they are getting like thousands and lakhs of emails. By they'll start judging you by looking at your email ID if somebody like Rahul Rocks emails them. Correct? So don't do that. Okay. And then, like I said, it's not easy to get a backlink from these guys because these guys, they stay in their own world. So follow-ups are very important, right? So just for an understanding, I have created this follow-up sheet, and this is also part of your assignment, guys. The follow-up sheet and finding the link targets, all of this is a part of your assignment. So that's why I'm repeating these things twice. Correct? So when it comes to follow up, you can use these types of Excel templates. When I'm saying URL, so here you mention the URL of the websites or the bloggers from where you are trying to get a backlink. Then you have the domain authority. Okay, so you mentioned the domain authority and page authority. By the way, from where will you get the domain authority and page authority? Quick question, because that is also part of your assignment. Yes, there are multiple tools available. Yes, Anurag, from Moz also you can get to know, and from small SEO tools also you can get to know. Okay. Then you mention their contact email, which you have got from their Write For Us page. Mention their contact name. Then these three columns are important. Contacted, replied, or whether you have got a link back or not. So mention yes, no, so that you get to know what type of email you should be kind of emailing to them. Okay, what type of follow up email that you will be sending it to them, that will be defined based on these three columns. If they have contacted, they have replied back, but they have not given you a link back, so just create a follow up email, something like this, and send across to them, right? And let me tell you, these guys, they stay there in their own world. Like some of them will reply to you in 15 minutes, some of them will reply in 15 months. Correct? 15 days. So it depends, right? The blogger to blogger and website to website. Now when I say depend, it also depends. A lot of bloggers, they are so popular, they are so famous that they're gonna charge you certain amount. Okay, now you need to take a call. If the domain authority, page authority, everything seems to be on a higher side, and they also have got good following on the social media and everywhere, then it makes sense to pay certain amount. Okay, but then it depends, like whatever budget you have kept aside for this particular activity. All right. But then to start with, I would recommend to go with the free ones. All right. So to check the quality of a website, you should check their domain authority, page authority. Then there are certain other parameters also which are not that important, but then yeah, checking their social media following, or rather than all this, I would recommend to go and personally at least have a look, spend couple of minutes on their website and blog, read some of their articles, so you'll have a better idea that whether this particular blog is a good quality blog or not. Okay, because when you read content or when you just go through with the website and blog, you get that feeling, right, whether this looks genuine or not. Anurag says, is there any report format to record backlinks activities? Well, not really, Anurag, because see, this depends from. So we do have a generic format which we follow for our clients, but then we actually customize that format from client to client. Because a lot of client may ask you to. A lot of client don't even understand, what technicalities and backlinks is all about. So you may need to customize that, based on their requirement. Rekha says, can we contact them for our multiple clients for backlinks or only one? See, it's completely up to you, Rekha. Like, depends on your relationship with the blogger. Uh, so you might be, I'm talking about the paid bloggers, the sponsored bloggers who will ask you X amount of money. So let's say you have, have done a business with them, but then you have not paid them any kind of, money to them. So they will not accept your next request. Okay, but then there is no limitation as such. So I'll tell you, we've got around 14,000 bloggers registered with us, because in our team there are two people. We've got a dedicated two people. Their daily job is to find these websites and bloggers. So we are creating this database from almost 4 years now, and that's how we've got these 14,000 bloggers, and these are approved bloggers. Okay, whom we know their traffic, their domain authority, page authority, their social sharing, the quality of the link which you can expect, and their prices also. Okay, and this database is keep on growing and growing. So let's say I have got, let's say, 3,000 bloggers in education industry. So whenever I get a client in an education industry, I can get a backlink from all those blogs, because that's a unique backlink for every different website. Correct. Now, so these are also the key link building metrics that you should look while building the backlink. One, which I said, the domain strength, which is your domain authority. The next is your page authority. Okay, and we've just seen that how to check domain authority and page authority. Now you will also see page rank as the metric, but then Google have officially, like long back, Google have officially said that they are no longer updating the page rank. Okay, and it is like no longer visible to us that whether Google updating or not updating the page rank algorithm. Okay. Now this is also an important aspect while building the backlink, what we called as an anchor text. Okay, so anchor text is basically gives search engine an indication of the subject matter of that page being linked to. So let's say if I link to a page using word called as fitness routine, then it is likely that the page being linked to contains information about the fitness routines. Okay, so let's say, so see, this is not only from an Google search engine point of view, this is also from a user point of view. Correct. Most of the time we've seen users are clicking on the link, and then you see is whatever you find is something different. Correct. So there you need to maintain the relevancy. Okay, if I'm seeing a word called as fitness routine, and when I click on it, it means I'm expecting something on the fitness routine as a content or as an information. It cannot show me things about furniture or XYZ different category of the information. Correct. So the relevancy should be there in the anchor text. Now what is anchor text, guys? How many of you can remember or recollect what is anchor text? Absolutely, it's basically a hyperlink text, a text with the link. So clickable text is what we call as an anchor text. All right, now this matters a lot. Like, you should be measuring the progress or the success of your link building campaign. Okay, every now and then you should have comparison check between your website or for your competitor's website. So every month, I would recommend that you should check how many links your team have built and how many links your competitors are building. So see, this is like the advantage also of being into digital marketing, that everything is transparent, that you can see everything. Okay, that's an advantage. You can check what your competitors are doing, where they are building backlinks, what type of content they are publishing. And that is also a disadvantage, right? Because they can also do the same. They can also check about your website, like whatever links you are building and whatever content you are creating. Correct? So yeah, it's blessing and curse both at the same time. Now, so this is an important aspect which is related to the backlink, which is linking from the root domains. Okay, so all right, so you need to answer this question. Let's understand this particular parameter from this way. So let's say I am getting a backlink from Digital Vidya's website. Okay, there are three backlinks that I'm getting from Digital Vidya's website. One is from their homepage, another one from the About Us, and one from somewhere from the blog section. So how many unique backlinks it will Google will count? Three backlinks or one? Okay. So the question is, I'm getting three links from the different part of our same website. So how many unique links it will be counted? See, when it comes to root domains, the unique link will be considered as only one. However, you can say that I'm getting three links. But for Google, what matters the most is to get more of a unique links. Okay, so you should have more number of unique links to your website. Like I've seen people, they will be for their entire life they'll be just building backlink from the same website. No, don't do that. Correct. Google looks at more of a unique backlinks you're getting. uh, Relevancy of the linking page. So this is also kind of again considering it from the relevancy side. Okay, yes, Parul, unique would be only one here. Now here I'm talking about, when I say relevancy of the linking page, I'm talking from a relevancy side of the page from where you're getting a backlink. So let's say you are getting a backlink from a furniture website, but your website is all about digital marketing. So do you think that makes sense? No, that doesn't make sense, and there is no relevancy in between. So there also has to be a relevancy in between the link, the website, the web page from where you're getting the backlink. All right. Any questions till now on the backlink part? So we can take those questions right away. Great. So now let's move to the next option, which is the local SEO. Okay. Parul says explain PA. So Parul, you have understood DA? Have you understood the DA? What is DA? So DA is for the overall website, correct? Not only one page. So DA is for your entire website. PA is for individual pages. The way you have DA for entire website, you have PA for every individual page, like your about us, contact us, service, blog post. Every page on your website will have a page authority. And the average of all these page authority is nothing but your domain authority. Correct? So that's what PA is. All right, next question. What is local SEO? How many of you have heard about local SEO, or what is local SEO? I'm sure you guys have heard about it. Just dial in city SEO. Absolutely bang on. You guys are correct. So, local SEO is an online marketing strategy that helps local businesses to promote their products or services to the local customers who are looking for such products or services. Okay. Now, See, a lot of people have this myth, or they consider that local SEO is completely different. No, everything remains the same. You still have on page, you have a off page. Everything is just same. Only change is the approach. Okay. So now when I say approach, I'm talking about the keywords. Okay. The keywords will now will be different. So for example, let me explain you this with two example, and I believe this will make everyone easy to understand local SEO. When I start focusing keywords like SEO companies in Mumbai and SEO companies in India, these are two different keywords. So when I'm saying SEO companies in Mumbai, or maybe SEO companies in Malad or Andheri West, okay, I'm doing local SEO because I'm focusing my local city or local area or locality. When I say SEO company in India, I'm looking at India as a country, correct? So that's where local city or locality, that's where you have the local SEO. Now there are few additional activities which you do in local SEO, and rest remains the same. So you still will have a title tag. You need to add your keyword in the title tag. You need to add keyword in the description, in the content, in the image alt tag. But what changes is the keyword. That's it. Rest remains the same. And apart from that, you have certain activities which are addition to the local SEO. And number one, when it comes to local SEO, is this is what you see on the screen. Google Maps. Okay. I don't know how many of you have paid attention, but while doing Google search, whenever you use a city name or locality into Google search, you see maps ranking at the top. If you have not done it, try it right now. Search anything, with the city name or with the locality name, you will see Google Maps ranking at the top. Okay. Shailendra says Urban Clap is also local SEO. Uh, Shailendra, so Urban Clap is doing local SEO because their target location is, different location. Their business is basically locality wise. So they are doing local SEO. Okay. Now, Maps plays an important role. So if you want to be here on the Google Maps, you should be adding your business into the Google My Businesses. Okay. But first, let's understand why do we see Google Maps when you search a local search query. That's because of the pigeon update. So in 2014, Google have launched this pigeon algorithm update. Because of that pigeon update, whenever you search anything with the location as a keyword or a locality as a keyword, we see Google Maps at the top. That's because of the Google pigeon update. All right. Now, uh, I'm coming back to the Google My Businesses. All right. Shailendra says, is this similar to Map My Business? I don't know what is Map My Business, but Google My Businesses is where you go and list your business. Okay, let me show you guys. If you have to be there, Google My Business. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. Okay, so if you want to publish your website on the Google Maps, if you want to see your listing on Google Maps, then make sure that you are there, have registered your business into Google Maps. Okay, and then there is a verification process of Google Maps, like which they verified through either postal code, or maybe they'll call you for the verification. So you need to make sure while adding the information or while listing your business into Google My Businesses, you are listing it, I mean, the details that you are adding everything correctly. I mean, it should not be something different that you are adding. Okay.
It's 9 o'clock.
So now let's go and discuss more about when it comes to Google My. So how many of you have actually submitted your business into Google My Businesses? How many of you have actually verified or added your business or your client's business onto Google My Business? Okay, a lot of people have done that. Try it for my company. Yeah, Shika. So please do that. It's very simple. There are hardly three steps. You sign up, you add details. The way you do it for, uh, you know, like the way you do it for the company profile creation websites, uh, like Just Dare and all. It's almost same. Okay. Now, once you do that, or those who have not done it, or those who have already done it, these are the tips that you should follow to optimize your Google My Business listing. Number one, create GMB account using your company official email ID. So that's not compulsion. I mean, I would recommend, you should create GMB account using any ID. Okay. I mean, any Gmail ID, but then make sure that you remember that for your entire life. Why? Because if you want to do any changes, if you want to add any branch address, if you're shifting somewhere, then you'll be able to do the changes if you have the login credentials. I've seen a client, they list their business, but then they forget the credentials. So that's what I'm trying to explain here. Make sure that there are no duplicate locations. Okay, because the clients or the people who are interested into buying your products and services, they probably coming to you or your business to your store by searching on Google Maps. Okay, get all your locations verified. Now if your business is there on maps, it means it is verified. Like I said, there are two ways to verify your business or your listing on the Google Maps. One is through postal code. Another one is through, maybe they'll call you and send the verification code. All right. So make sure while filling the details, you are adding all your contact details with, the whatever contact details you're adding. Make sure that those are accurate. Okay. Use the same name as your business, right? Because see, people only know your business name. I mean, they will not be searching something different on Google Maps to find you. Include information that is okay. So you've got a question. What to do if location is event based? So Shika, there I will not recommend you because that's it's just a one time activity, correct? If you have regular events on that place, then I would recommend you to create a Google Maps listing. Otherwise, no, I will not recommend to have a Google My Business listing because it's just a one time, correct? So include information that is a part of your official address. Make sure the address is correct. Like I said, people otherwise he'll not be able to find you. Use a local number. It's not advised to have a 1800 or a toll free number because see, people who are searching on maps, they want immediate response. I mean, I don't know about you, but then whenever I'm searching anything on Google Maps, see, I want to talk to the responsible guy. I don't want an automated IVR where I'm spending 20 minutes and I'm still not able to get my the answer or whatever I was looking for. Correct? So add a local number and a responsible person's number. Select a primary category of your business wisely because there are different categories of business. See, it's the same way. The way you add directory, add your website into directory or add your website into just dial certain kind of a portal. Similar kind of process. Upload high resolution and a good looking photos because people are gonna judge you based on the photographs, and based on that they'll actually take the final call whether they want to visit your store or not. And enter the most appropriate URL in your GBM listing. So a lot of people might just need to check out your website before visiting you or before buying the product and services from you. Okay, so these are a few important tips and tricks when it comes to Google My Businesses. One more important part when we are talking about Google My Businesses, the reviews. See, we are living in an age of reviews and ratings. Remember, like I said, nobody installs a mobile application without looking at reviews. Nobody visits a store or a restaurant or a hotel or anything, without looking at the reviews. Correct? So, you should have these types of strategy. I mean, I don't know, but we've recommended to one of our client and that worked really well for them. So I'll share that strategy with all of you. So it's just a marketing gimmick, okay? Not that kind of a big strategy, but then yeah, it is turning out really well for them. So we've told them that, ask your customers to put a positive review on the Google My Business or Maps listing, and tell them that in their next visit they'll get 10% off. Now what happened? A lot of people have started, putting up the positive review. It's not just that uh, because of that offer, but then they are also, providing the good quality service, and the products are also nice. You cannot force someone or your customer that, otherwise that will become a negative impact, negative marketing approach. So a lot of people have started putting a positive review, so it helped them to optimize their profile, because when you see a lot of people have, 1,000 people have, put across a positive review, so you see that, this particular business is genuine business. A lot of people have visited there. Number two, they are getting 10% off, so to get the 10% off they'll again visit your store. Okay, so you are again calling them, you are recalling them, you are, forcing them to revisit your store, so you're getting that customer back as well. So, those types of marketing strategy or gimmicks you can apply for your business, for your client's business. Okay. Then we have Bing Places. So the way we have Google Maps, you also have Bing Maps. You also have Apple Maps. Okay, but I would recommend, follow where your customer goes. So I would not recommend, if your target location is India. Uh, I will never recommend Bing or Apple Connect, because in India, 98% of users they use Google Maps. Okay, but when you say US, then yeah, there are certain amount of percentage of people, they are there on Bing Maps. So same kind of strategy which you applied on Google Maps, you can do it on the Bing Maps. But then, come on, I mean, Google is dominating the entire world. I mean, you see more than 85, 86% of users in the entire world on around Google, or Google Maps, are using Google services. Okay, except the China and, other those countries where they have, completely no Google, right? They have different search engines like Yandex, DuckDuckGo, Baidu, and all of it. All right. Now, when we're talking about the local SEO, the local citations also matters a lot. Now, when I say citations, see, this is just the jargon. Now, when I say citations, I'm talking about the links. Okay. See, everything like on page, off page will remains the same, but then, like I said, local SEO, you have to add certain flavor, certain additional activity, which Google understand that, this is something which is related to the local. So the local citations are nothing but a citations or a local listing, which simply the listing of your business name, address, phone number, like a just dial. Okay, so just dial is a, again, local search engine. So I don't know how many of you have paid attention, but you have a mumbai.justdial.com, you have delhi.justdial.com, or maybe justdial.com/delhi/mumbai/bangalore, correct? So that becomes Mumbai specific search engine. Yeah, even in OLX also, correct? Or Sulekha or Silocanto, there are a lot of local citation website. So that is what you have to do it here. When it comes to local SEO, try getting more of, backlinks from the local websites like, okay, so this is a just dial example, correct? So what you need to do here is, just go on Google and search for local uh, citations for Mumbai. Here you go. 50 plus local business listing sites, or you can, local listing sites, to make it more accurate. Local listing sites for Mumbai. There you go, Mumbai Directory, Trade India, so many websites. 200 plus, local business listing website. So why we are doing this? Why we are doing this again? See, Google is a machine. Google cannot understand whether your business belongs to India, XYZ country, or XYZ location. When you put your NAP, now what is NAP? NAP is name, address, and phone number. So you also need to make sure that on the entire internet, you have this NAP consistency. Whether it's your own website, whether it's a Google Maps, or whether it's a local citations like Just Dial and all, You have to maintain your NAP consistent. You cannot have different name or different address, or into a different part of the website, and all the other place. It has to be same everywhere, correct? So then that's when Google understands that, boss, Mumbai.justdial is giving a backlink to XYZ Hiren's website. It means Hiren's business belongs to where? Mumbai as a location. Google also checks your NAP. It says that, okay, they have an address, they have this pin code, so this business belongs to where? Mumbai as a location or Bangalore as a location. Correct? Now these are just examples. If you are looking for the top citations, for healthcare, you have Practo, which is very famous. Healthin is also very famous. Lab Street is famous. For education, you have Educart. For general, if you are not getting any of the local citations for your business, go with the generic ones. Okay, because the generic one also will have a categories. So like Just Dial also have a category of different businesses where you can place. So for example, you belongs to an education as an industry, go register yourself on the Just Dial. They'll ask you, while filling up the company details, they'll ask you which category your business belongs to. So there you have to select that my business belongs to education, health, or fitness. Okay. Next we have localizing the website content. So I think now we'll have a break. Okay, because then we also have to stretch this up till 10. So let's have a quick break. What do you guys suggest? Should I have a break? Around 8 minutes break. Varun, give me time. I understand it's urgent, but then give me some time because I'm into middle of something, and then I cannot kind of reply right now to that email. Yeah, so I'll probably check and reply back to you by tomorrow. Okay. Okay. So let's have a 5 minute break, guys. It's 9:12 here. Uh, if you don't need that particular break, but then I would require that break because I cannot, kind of speak, and for the entire 120 minutes. I would need at least 2-3 minutes break to grab a sip of water. Okay, so it's 9:13 here. Let's log in again or join in again by 9:18. Okay, so that's 5 minute break. Okay, yeah, let's do it 9:20. Yeah, okay, you guys are negotiators. Come on. So 9:20. Let's resume our session from 9:20. All of you are back. Okay, so next is more about localizing the web content. Like I said, see, you need to add that local flavor for Google to understand, for the users also to understand that, okay, this website or this business belongs to you know XYZ local city or XYZ locality. So number one is creating local pages on the website. For example, let's say you have a presence in multiple different cities, so you will create different city level pages. For example, preventive health checkups in Mumbai, preventive health checkups in Delhi, in Bangalore, in Noida, so and so different cities. So this is just an example of the different city pages. There's one famous Agarwal Packers and Movers, if you guys have heard about. They have the presence in most of the cities, correct? So they So the SEO strategy which they follow is by creating the different city pages. All right. I'll also give an example of our website where we also have the presence into uh, a different cities. But okay, so we recently changed the menu. Okay, I think we have that in footer. Yeah, here you go. SEO services in Pune, Vadodara, Rajkot, and Jaipur. Okay, so that's where we are experimenting these markets, and like I said, Chandigarh as well. Okay, the next one is adding some unique content with the local flavors. So see, India is very dynamic. I mean, we are blessed to be there in the such a dynamic and diverse country where every typical state or a city has a different type of state, different behavior, different patterns. Correct. So just adding certain pictures which are famous for that particular city or state will can also have a small impact on the users, on the readers, on the visitors, that okay, this particular page or this particular business belongs to so and so local city, or so and so, so and so state. Now what if so till now we were discussing only city level optimization. Okay, I'm gonna give an example of one of our clients, Speakwell, who have got around 100 centers in this one city only. Okay, in the Mumbai. So there, what you need to do is you need to go one step ahead and create different locality pages. Okay. So let's say, wedding venues in Mumbai, you have Andheri, Malad, Goregaon. In South Mumbai, you have got different places. So see, that's how depending on your presence, you should go and create different locality pages as well. Now, in a nutshell, if you look at local SEO, everything remains the same. Like in the normal SEO, also we had this page title, description, heading one, heading two. But what changes is the keywords that you use in these, different places. Okay. So for example, instead of hair salon in India, now here the keywords will be hair salon in Mumbai. Or to be very specific, if you want to target locality pages or locality areas, then it will be hair salon in Bandra, comma Mumbai, correct? And you need to place that keyword in the meta description, into heading tag, into content, image alt tag, have a maps with the driving directions, uh, use a local business schema, correct? Uh, Remember, I've shown you while giving an example of how to check schema for Allied Digital Media. We found that we've got that local business schema on our website placed. Okay, get customer reviews, testimonials, have contact us page, that also a page where you can target your different keywords. And so a lot of people try and doing this particular strategy. So when I'm saying talking about this particular strategy, on the contact us page itself, they embed the Google Maps. So now instead of pushing your target customer to go into Google Maps and search for your directions, from here itself, once they click on direction, the Google Map will open up, and from there they can follow the direction and visit your store or your company or your your services. Correct. So that's about we have in the local SEO. We will now move to the social SEO part. Okay, I don't know why I'm not able to. Great. Next we have is the social SEO. So what is social SEO? Or see, it's just the kind of a terminology which we use in the SEO world. In a nutshell, you are taking an advantage of social media websites for your SEO benefits. I think someone have asked me this question that Pinterest is social media website, or Twitter is a social media website. So this should not come under SEO. No, it's not like that. It's like how you can leverage those websites for your SEO benefit. Okay. So what are things we have in SEO? See, mostly we go for social media websites to build backlinks. Okay. Or to gain that engagement on your content, because Google also now understands if If your content gets good number of shares, Google understands that this particular content is a good quality content or an engaging content, right? So that's what social media is all about. So social SEO is all about search engines may consider links to and from social media as signals for ranking the web pages. We need to leverage the social media channels effectively to boost our SEO campaign. And not to forget that these links will also be considered as kind of signals or kind of votes, recommendations, correct? And okay, so you need to understand this, guys. How many of you understand the buyer's journey? The buyer's journey before they take the final call. So there are multiple steps of buyers. Okay, this is a basic marketing concept. See, if I have to buy something from XYZ product or XYZ company, I will have a buyer cycle. Okay, my personal buyer cycle would be first, it start from awareness. So you go on Google, you search about that product, you got to know that okay, this product is available at Amazon or XYZ product is also available on their own website. So you got aware that this type of product is also exist. Then you don't buy that product, but then you go to some other website, you watch videos. So you are building that intention, okay, or you start considering that product. Okay, so that comes the consideration, then comes the interest part, and then you take the final decision to buy that product. So the phase of final decision, okay, goes through this particular process. Now let's say you have finalized, okay. So earlier you were looking for digital marketing course, okay. So that was your product, that was the service that you were looking for. So you got to know that there are XYZ companies who are into digital marketing education or digital marketing course. Then let's say you have shortlisted two companies or two brands like Digital Vidya, and then there will be XYZ brand. So now you are into the decision making. Now you are into the final decision making phase. So in that decision making phase, what we do generally is we go on Google and try to understand what this brand is all about, whether the company is genuine, whether uh, you know uh, this particular company is credible or not. And to do that, we just simply go on Google and search that brand name, correct? I hope all of you agree with me. We all follow the same steps, right? We all follow the same process. Just to check the reviews, the testimonials, the case studies, to do the brand check, whether it's correct or not. So when we do that, okay, when we do that, we find their social media websites as well, right? And whenever you perform a brand search, okay, I'm talking about the brand keywords like digital vidya, like digital media, be online, the social media profiles also ranks at the top, correct? So when the social media profiles ranks at the top, they can check how many posts you are doing, whether there is someone is commenting on your post, how you are replying it back to them. If you're not replying back to them, that again creates a kind of an impact on your consumer. Okay, so your consumer will feel that, oh boy, these guys or these companies doesn't seems to be responsible or responsive when it comes to replying to the queries of the customer, correct? So these are small things which creates a big impact at a time of taking the final decision. All right, so that's why social media profiles, they play very important roles in your the final buying decision also. And Facebook itself, Instagram itself is a search engine, right? YouTube itself is a search engine, right? So there also you need to use your keyword into the post in the form of hashtags. So whenever is search somebody searching about digital marketing courses or digital marketing institutes or companies, they may find if you have used those same keywords in your posts in the hashtags. And let me tell you, Bing, specifically Bing uses the social signals for the ranking. Okay, Bing considers social signals as important signals for ranking a website. So they do check how active you are in terms of your social media presence. So now it's not only limited to whatever you do on Google or your own website. Google also checks partially onto your social media profile that uh, how active you are. Now let us look at the important social media channels which has an impact over your SEO activity. All right. So these are the social media channels which has an impact over your SEO activity. So Facebook, Tumblr are famous. We're gonna look at the channels which are like you have not heard of or are very difficult for you to understand. Quora. Okay. Now Quora is my personal favorite. I'm damn sure that at least one of you participants have heard about digital Vidya on Quora before taking the final decision. I'm damn sure. Correct. So see, I see three yes. It means three participants have heard about digital Vidya on Quora. Right. So see, there's like now you see now you will try understanding, do a back calculation how we've done that, and then you will be able to crack the strategy. All right. Now I'll show you when it comes to Quora, there are two different strategies I'm talking about. One is Quora blog and another one is Quora Q&A, right? So remember I've shown you the Blogspot, how to upload an article on Blogspot to build a backlink from Blogspot. How many of you can recollect? Say yes into the chat box. A lot of people can recollect. Okay. So Quora also have started the similar kind of feature or an option where you can upload a blog on your Quora. Okay, that is called as a Quora blog. Now, see, you cannot just copy paste the same content the way we did it on the Blogspot. Why? Because you need to understand Quora as a platform as well. See, Quora is a Q&A platform. So here, whatever article or content you publish, it has to start with WH question, or the overall concept of that article should be, form around a WH question. So for an example, this, which milk processing equipment is necessary? How to know it? How to, what, when, why, where? These types of articles, they perform really well on Quora. Why? Because that's what Quora is meant for, question and answers, right? And then somewhere in between the article, you can also give a link to your relevant website or a relevant page. Correct? So that's Quora blog for you. Then you have Quora Q&A. So Q&A is like it's like very traditional way of how Quora operates. So, and that's the reason, right? You have seen Quora ranking at the top when it comes to whenever you put WH question on Google search, you see Quora ranks at the top. Why? Because that's the nature of Quora. That's when people have went and naturally asked questions, and those questions itself have got keyword in it. Okay, so everything becomes relevant for Google, and then that's why Google puts Quora at the top. Correct? So in Q&A, what you have to do is you have to find out. Okay, so let me just open the Quora and give you an example what I'm talking about. I'm not sure whether I'm logged in. Yeah, okay, so I'm logged in. So they basically buzzes a lot, they give a lot of notifications. All right. So just go and search about your industry. So I would say SEO. You'll find n number of questions, okay, around that particular service. So what you need to do, you need to find out which could be a better for from your considering from your target customer. So let's say you need to start thinking from your buyers or your target customers, what are the keywords they will be searching on. So they'll be searching more related to top SEO companies in Mumbai, SEO services in Mumbai, SEO experts in Mumbai, or maybe SEO strategy for upcoming 2020 or 21, something like this. Okay, and go and check this question, and you can go and start answering those questions. Why? Because there are humans, people, they are reading these answers, and from their answers they actually can understand. Okay, they can check the profile and they can understand, boy, this person actually belongs to that company, or XYZ is their client, and they are recommending it. So that builds a credibility. Okay, and see, Quora is going to be again on the going to be the next big thing. All right. I'll show you some of the answers which I've did it strategically, and I've got really good response from there. Okay, I'll show you this one. All right, so this is a question where I've participated. It says, what is the best time to post on Instagram from India? So you can see my answer. I've detailed it, and then I'm also answering what could be the best time, okay, to post on Instagram. Now, this answer itself have got around 29,000 views, and I've got 38 upvotes. Now, see, you need to understand on Quora, if you get 38 upvotes, it's a big deal. It's somewhere near to a big achievement, right? Correct. Same goes with there is one more question. This one, that is, Bali is a good honeymoon destination. See, I was just trying and testing this particular platform, and there so when you experiment things, you get to know. So there I'm getting 26 upwards, and then there are people also who are asking questions, correct, that if they want to plan it. So it's altogether a different ball game, like if you have to take Quora as a serious platform. But let me tell you, not only from an SEO point of view, but then here customer will get convert if you are doing it correctly, and having a right strategy for the Quora. Next we have is the SlideShare presentation. So how many of you heard about SlideShare, by the way? Is there anyone who have not heard about SlideShare? So SlideShare, I think few years back, been acquired by LinkedIn. Okay, SlideShare is all about the presentation as a content. Okay, so what happens now? How you can take an advantage of a SlideShare? So see, you can create presentations. Again, it's a part of content creation and content marketing. Remember, you were talking about different types of content, like you have article, video, audio, and images. So presentation is also part of that content. So create presentation, around your industry, around your product, and then submit that presentation onto SlideShare. Now, when you submit your presentation onto SlideShare, you need to make sure that you are using a logo. So that way you also get a branding. Your branding is also happening side by side. And in description, you have a description, you have a big description, right? So in that description, you can put a backlink to your website. And let me tell you, if I'm not wrong, SlideShare gives you a do follow backlink. Now just go ahead and check uh, the domain authority of SlideShare. Let me just check the domain authority of the SlideShare. Okay, here we are. Okay, where do we have that small SEO tools? Let's just check, just out of curiosity, I just want to know what should be the domain authority. Wow, can you see this? 95. All right, so you need to thank me, right? I've just given you one backlink which is from 95 as a domain authority. All right, so create a presentation. If you want to see an example what I'm talking about, uh, okay, let me just see for one of our clients. Okay, I forgot the name. Hmm, okay, should be there in my email. Okay, yeah, here you go. So see, these are the kind of presentation which I'm talking about. Now, avoid. So this client is more into, uh, corporate gifting. All right, so we create these types of presentations for them. Okay, so kind of adding value, and then at the end of the slide you can mention about your website. So again, a branding activity. Okay, there are a lot of other presentations also. Correct. So they are more into bulk or corporate gifting, right? So why you need to send out gifts during the monsoon season, correct? So you create presentation around it, or brand building through things to remember when it comes to brand. So avoid the formatting, maybe because I'm opening it in, I'm not downloaded that. That's the reason you're not able to see it. Okay. No, Shailendra, upload it for free. I'm talking about the free one. Yes, Varun, DA is the average of the page authority. So you see, there might be a reason that you see a page authority is low and the domain authority is higher. Okay. Okay. So those who are not understanding what I'm talking about. So let's say this is your home page. This is your about us. This is your service. Okay. I'm just giving three examples. Let me just zoom this a bit. Now every individual has the page authority, correct? So home page will have a page authority of, let's say, 70. About us will have a page authority of 75, and services will have a page authority of 80. So now the domain authority will be the average of all these three, which comes to 75. So that will be the domain authority. I hope it makes sense now, everyone. I hope all of you now understood domain authority and page authority. Okay. Then we have the Pinterest. I think Pinterest did it live in the last session itself. Okay, how to build backlinks from Pinterest, and I've shown you guys live for my Traveler B, like how to get a backlink or build a backlink for Traveler B. Correct. Then we have YouTube videos. So I don't need to say anything about YouTube because you guys are already there on YouTube. Okay. Now, looking at from an SEO point of view, what you need to make sure is that uh, from the description, you are getting a backlink to your website, so that people should come there and maybe download an ebook, or maybe check your website, read your blog. And for Google also, it becomes kind of one backlink. Apart from that, like I said, YouTube itself is a search engine, right? So a lot of things to consider when it comes to YouTube SEO. You need to put your keywords into the title, into the description. Correct. Make sure that your content itself is a great quality content, that nobody will kind of close the video before watching like 10-30 seconds. Your content should be that great that it should force people to watch till the end, right? So these are the few important aspects to make sure that you are doing well in terms of YouTube SEO. Great. Any questions on social SEO part? We can take those questions right away. I hope all of you have understood the gist of the social SEO. It's more for it's more from taking the advantage of those websites from an SEO point of view. Great. Uh, Guys, at least say yes into the comment box so that I understand you guys are awake, you guys are there. Is it getting boring, guys? I mean, I hope all of you are not getting bored. Great. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much for being there, participating into the chat box now. See, I mean, you have to understand it. It's an online session. I don't understand what you guys are doing. Maybe I've seen a lot of people there from their smartphone, uh, and then don't even know. Yeah, I understand, and that's why you get the recordings, right? So that you can play it whenever you want and you can revise yourself. Uh, so, Piru Hot Sauce says, "Are the day?" What exactly? I don't get you. Are the day? All right. So now the next topic, which we will be starting off with, is the different types of SEO audits. Now, uh, no. So we have this extended session, guys. I don't know how many of you were there in the last session, but then we've decided that we will be having a session till 10 today. Okay, so we've still got around 15 minutes left. All right. So let's start with the types of SEO audits. Uh, yeah. So I see that breaks the flow, right? Okay. So see, when we start SEO, I mean, I believe you will start working on as a freelancer, or maybe in the future you will go and work in an agency. Whenever you go and pitch a client, see, you need to convince them, because nowadays, I mean, in India, still people are, getting educated or learning more about why digital, being there on the digital platform or being there online is very important, or having a website is very important. But then it is still a job or a task to convince a client that yes, boss, your website needs an SEO. All right. So there you have to convince them. Now, how to convince them? To showing them the pain points. So SEO audit is, I always consider this or explain this in a way of, you are a doctor and you are showing a report card to a patient who is your customer. Okay. So the report card will be all on the based on the website's parameter. So see, you need to convince your patient, right, that boss, you have so and so, you are suffering from so and so pain, so this should be the correct medicine for you, right, or this should be the therapy that you should follow. So same happens here. You need to convince your client, you need to show your client that this is where you stand right now. Your website is lacking in XYZ parameters, and that's why you have to hire me or my company, so that we can optimize and help you to grow your business, to get more traffic to your website. So when we talk about SEO audit, there are different types of SEO audits which you can perform. One is the comprehensive audit, which includes all of these audit. When you combine all of this, it becomes a comprehensive audit. Then you have a content quality audit, which I'll show you live how to check the content tonality, content quality. Then you have technical audit. So here I'm talking about the page speed performance analysis. How many of you can recollect page speed performance report? See, since we are into the last week of this module, I'll be asking a lot of questions, guys, so that even I can relate this with whatever you've learned, and then you can also kind of have that thing that in your mind, and you can recollect, like, okay, it's about Google page speed performance. Then you have a traffic drop assessment. Yes, absolutely, Parul. Very good. So you have traffic drop assessment where we analyze through Google Analytics that the traffic is going down from, like, say, last 3 months. So what was the reason behind the drop of that traffic? Okay. Then you have the due diligence audit. Now this is a specific audit which we only do it on demand, from the customer, from the client. So what is this due diligence? Like, let's say you are a blogger and you want to sell your website for, let's say, $50,000. Correct. So you sell your blog or your business or your website to XYZ customer. Now that XYZ customer will go to agencies like us and ask us to perform the due diligence. Now, what does that mean? So we basically, in due diligence, we find out that whatever offer you are making, like a $50,000, we have to justify, or we have to check whether this offer is correct or not. I mean, on what basis you are, saying that you are selling this business to $50,000. So there are a lot of aspects that we check: your revenue, your sales, the current sales from your website, the current traffic you're getting from the website, the design, the layout, whether the technology is can be changed in the current, next future or not, how difficult it is to cope up with your development team. So a lot of part is involved in the due diligence audit. Okay. And then we have the marketing automation audit, which is more of not only SEO audit, but then it is an overall audit of your entire marketing activities, which you do it in offline also and in online also. Okay. We will look at the comprehensive SEO audit, right? And the pointers and the tools that you need to use and how to perform this SEO audit. All right. So when we look at SEO audit, you can perform SEO audit, in fact, on each and every parameter of whatever we've learned throughout this module. But if you look at the four important pillars of technical or overall SEO audit, the it divides into four important pillars. One is crawling and indexing. Second is on-page SEO. Then you have off-page SEO, and you have a technical SEO, right? So we will learn all of this in detail on each and every parameter, their importance, and how to check that through the different tools. Now, a lot of parameters are where you can check those parameters manually, and even I would also recommend you to go and check those parameters manually, because that makes really sense, to not rely on certain tools and go and check manually. So first one is crawling and indexing, right? So now you need to guess, because we are into the last week of this module. When I say crawling and indexing, what do you think you should check on the website? Shailendra says FB SEO audit we can also get from FB page as well, isn't it? So see, you can get Facebook page insight, not anything related to SEO from your Facebook insight. Okay, so people are saying robots and sitemap, and I'm sure you guys are not having this presentation in front of you open right now. So maybe you have clicked or checked what are the next slides, and then you have answered that question, that is crawling and indexing. Yes, so first is robots.txt, all right, and second is sitemap.xml. Now, okay, now you only have to answer this, how to check robots.txt and how to check sitemap.xml, because you guys have, I believe you guys have done week 2 assignment. So tell me how to check robots.txt and sitemap.xml. In the meanwhile, you are answering that, I'll just go and show you live. Yes, can someone tell me how to check? Yes, so for robots.txt, you search abc.com slash robots.txt. And for sitemap, you go on same like URL slash sitemap.xml. Correct? So that's how you get to know about robots.txt and sitemap.xml. All right. The next is we have about the on-page audit. Okay. So I think we will pause it over here, because then we need to now have, I now need to introduce you to the tool which is called as a screaming frog, which will again gonna take some time. So it will break our flow if we are, breaking their particular features or parameters in between. So let's pause it here for today. We will start again from the Thursday onwards. Okay. So Parul says, can you please discuss the task week 3? See, I can discuss the task right now, but then I believe a lot of people are running out of time. So can we discuss that week 3 task in the beginning of the next session? Or I would recommend all of you to please come little early, 5-10 minutes early, so that we can discuss the week 3 task, into the Thursday session. I will be recording that session as well, of that assignment explanation part, so that you can also go through with the assignment. Yes, come by 7:45, 7:50. I'm fine, so that we can also discuss the week 3 assignment part. Okay. So yeah, we are now up for the question answer round. Can bring your questions, hit your question into the chat box, and I'm also sharing the feedback link. Parul says how to check Google Panda. Yes, we will learn more about that into the next session, Parul. I'll show you that live. There are tools which we will be using it into the next session. Yes, Varun, I'll do that. I do that. Uh, Akansh says to add multiple key phrases in my blog. It is prompting me to go for Yoast SEO Premium. So should I go for it, or is there any alternative? See, Akansh, their job is to sell you something or the other way around. I mean, I would recommend not to go premium right now. Uh, Build some, articles around, build a good website. Once you have a good traffic, then probably you can think of going for the premium tool. Yes, Vivek, that's a canonicalization issue. Can we get an Excel for tools or a special websites which you share during lectures like Crunchbase? Well, yes. Let me check if I can share those with through the coordinator, and they will share it back to you. Okay. I'm sharing the feedback link, guys. Yes, Shailendra, I'll try to share it with the coordinator, and I'll actually tell them to pass it on to to all of you. The way I did it for the keyword research, I hope all of you have got that keyword research file, the Excel sheet. Okay. Yes. So please ask your questions here. And how many of you have started working on your assignment for week two? How many of you have actually completed and submitted the week two assignment? Anil says done. Varun says done. Great. Okay, only six people have completed the week two assignment. Vivek, you have done? Great. So started off or have submitted. Guys, please do that because I think the next session is going to be the last session. So see if you do it now, if you get any questions, you can ask your questions into the live session, right? And that's how you learn SEO. I'm sure people who have done that,
It's 10 o'clock.
they might be feeling a lot of confidence in them, because they've done that particular thing live. So bring that question, Kundan, if you're facing any challenges and difficulties. Akansh says how to reduce the bounce rate for my blog and why does it take place. Uh, so see, it's a again. See, the bounce rate is something. First, you have to understand what is bounce rate. Bounce rate is people came to your website and without interacting much, they close the tab, they go to some other website. So that increases your bounce rate. Like it means that people are not spending enough time onto your website. Now, what should be the ideal bounce rate? So, see, ideal bounce rate, there's a different percentage for different types of website. But then ideally, it should be somewhere between 35 to 45%. Okay. People who write uh, small articles, for them, the bounce rate will be higher than percent or, this ideal rate. Correct? So, why bounce rate happens? One, you are getting people who are not interested. There are two, three, reasons why your bounce rate is high. One is the traffic which you are getting on your website is irrelevant, or two, your content is irrelevant to them. The traffic is good, but then they are not liking your content. So these are the two important aspect. Or maybe your website is loading slow. That can be the third reason that people are not staying back on your website. So maybe a little bit research on Google Analytics will give you the exact reason. Just check the page speed, how much time it is taking for load. All of that will help you to to find out the reason behind the higher bounce rate. Kundan says what all mentioned in the technical analysis part. So you need to go into the Google PageSpeed Insights, check the performance of the website into desktop and in the mobile, and based on the the response you get from those tools, just add those data into the Excel sheet of your assignment and mention the opportunities from where they can improve. Okay. Uh, Great. Considering no questions, I think we're done for the day. I'm sharing the feedback link again. I hope all of you are there with me. Thank you for having this extended session. So maybe next session also, see, because it's going to be the last session, so I get a lot of questions related to the career. I'm fine spending a time with all of you, but you also need to, stretch the session a bit. But see, depends. I mean, I'm fine having, again, next session can be of for 2 hours, 2.5 hours. I'm completely fine. But then you also have to adjust your timings accordingly. That's why I said come a little early for the next class so that we can also discuss about the week 3 assignment. And if there is some time left, can you just give me a synopsis of DA and PA? So, Kundan, DA is domain authority of a website which is given by considering a lot of parameters like the off-page parameter and on-page parameter. Okay, so DA is more about given to your entire website, and PA is given to your specific individual pages, right? But the same parameter, on page and off page parameter. They give slightly more importance to the backlinks, the quality backlinks, the quality parameters. The more quality backlinks you build, the more quality on page and everything you create, better are the domain authority you will get, better is the page authority you will get for your website. Great. All right, so I hope all of you are with me. Say yes into the chat box. Akansh, Anil, Anurag, a lot of people call me Pragati, Rajesh, Rashmi, Shikha, Shilpa, Smita, sorry, Soham, Varun, and Vivek. Yeah, so bring all your questions into the next in the next class. If required, we can extend that class as well, right? So bring all your questions. It's going to be the last session, hopefully. So I want all of you to at least work on the assignment and at least get those questions right. All right, so I think we are good to sign off. Go have a dinner if you have not yet. I mean, that's what I'm gonna do now. And bye bye, have a great day tomorrow, and see you. Good night.